Hello and welcome our dear viewers. Today we have a special guest as an assistant manager in the information security department at Kuwait International Bank, actively contributing to strengthen the bank's security and protecting customers, participating in numerous fraud awareness events and public sessions across Kuwait, helping raise community awareness, simplifying complex cyber threats, and guiding people on how to identify and avoid fraud, promoting safe banking habits and empowering individuals with practical real-life knowledge, contributing to building a more secure, informed and fraud-resistant society. So please welcome with me Mr. Mustafa Murad, Assistant Manager, Information Security Department at Private Bank. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure to have you today.
It's the pleasure's all mine.
So today, there's a special event going on this week, which is like the Federal Conversation Week. Could you tell us more about it?
The International Fraud Week, it's an annual event that happens in November every year. The main purpose of it is to spread the awareness of the latest fraud threats, how to prevent fraud. And here in Kuwait, we tend to spread the awareness in some segments in the society, which we go to schools, universities, malls, and the most important thing that now is social media.
That's really nice. So you go to school, because some people they say maybe school is very early to go to because they don't have maybe jobs, but you are reaching out in early age.
Yeah, the new generation, from elementary school, they have their mobiles, their iPads, they know how to shop online, so we need to start early.
That's really awesome. And for fraud, there's different scenarios, different habits from one time to another. Something new pops up. So what are the recent scenarios of fraud that you are witnessing so far?
Lately, it's the online shopping.
Online shopping?
Yes. Some fraudsters, they go and mimic some of the official online websites.
Like a third party?
Yes. And they send you a real website if you want to buy anything. But in the back end, it's not a real one. It's just so they send you a link to put your information, to put your card details, and then they go and steal your money.
So you put all your information there, and then boom, all of a sudden you found out it's not the real website, and you've been scammed.
Yes, after you give the OTP, after you give every information from your side, they will go and steal your credentials. They can use it anywhere else, or they can steal your bank accounts.
So your bank account. That's really important, our dear viewers, to be observant with what's happening during the website, to make sure it's very official. This is one of the steps that we can take. What other steps that people can have so they can protect themselves from such fraud activities?
Always turn on your notifications. I know some people they are getting annoyed from it, from the ads and everything, but you really need to know. If any deduction happens to your account, you need to know it immediately. When you receive an OTP message when you're paying to a link, check the message. Don't use the autofill directly. Check who's the merchant, how much is the amount you're going to pay.
Be careful about this.
Have some awareness. Don't trust anyone easily.
Don't trust anyone easily. And I know having notification could be very bothering. And I am one of the people that I don't like to have a lot of notifications, especially for WhatsApp, Instagram. So one thing that I do is I turn off the notification for social media, but I keep the notification for bank because it's all about money,
Of course.
And you don't want to go broke by the end of the week.
Yeah, and if you give the OTP, there's a 90% chance your money will not get back because you gave the OTP from your own will.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So it's very important, our dear viewers. And now it's kind of season, especially we are approaching the end of the year, okay? People, they like to travel. They like to go to different countries. And during that time, sometimes we do banking system there, we withdraw some money from the ATM or do some online shopping. So what are some fraud that could happen while you are traveling?
If you want to withdraw some money, make sure you go to a bank branch. Don't use the standalone machine in supermarkets or anywhere in a dimmed area or anything. Make sure that's an official bank and use their ATM. Inform the bank before you travel, so they know. Because if they have any transaction that happens regularly after 3 transactions after another, they will stop your card. When you want to pay in a restaurant anywhere, just don't give your physical card to the salesman. Let him bring the machine to you, and you can pay there.
Okay.
And always use the mobile wallet because it encrypts the card number. It will not give the real card number.
That's really interesting. And one point that you mentioned, because sometimes people do it during the restaurant time, they just give the credit card or like the card they have to the waiter, and then he go there, like do the transaction. So what could happen possibly?
He can copy the card, take the information, use it online. Some people don't check the amount after they leave. Maybe he can put more money on it. He'll be using it later on anywhere else. And he can replicate the card itself
Okay,
with the
okay.
information.
So there's a lot of things that could happen. Okay, that's really good, very useful for people to understand. And sometimes like people could fall victims, unfortunately, for fraud. Even though they take all the measurement and case, they still like get fraud. So what the immediate action they should do? Is it like calling the bank? Is it like, what's the procedure in that term?
First thing they need to do is go to the mobile application, stop the card, to stop any extra transaction. Then immediately call the bank, give them as much information as you can, that this card is being, there is some fraud transaction on it or anything, and they will do the investigation from their side.
That can help them to reduce the like fraud that could happen during the time.
Yes, again, but if you gave the OTP, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
That's
But
really
in other cases, they will do some investigation. They will see then the transaction, how it happened, where it happened, and they'll try to reduce. Not every time they will return the money, but they'll do their best.
They do their best.
Yeah.
What is one of the mistakes that people usually do, you know, and that can lead them easily to become like a victim for fraud procedure?
Too much trust.
Too much trust.
You trust the other guy, you trust the website, you not being careless, but not being that much aware of that there is fraud in in the online or in the systems itself.
So be careful. Don't trust anything that you see. Just take the measurements correctly, check, observe before you do any transaction. And sometimes like the bank, there's like a resistance for fraud. What are the measurements that the bank take?
Here in Kuwait, all the banks, they have the latest fraud prevention systems.
Cybersecurity?
Yes, we're updating the policies regularly. Some banks have the ethical hackers. They can now, we have the penetration testing to know what are the vulnerabilities in every system. So we're trying to do our best, but still the first line of defense is the awareness of the customer.
The awareness of the customer.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that you are trying to work hard on.
Yes.
And I see like some banks, they have like some ads to enhance the awareness for people. They are mimicking some of the scenarios that could happen on TV so people can be familiar with.
Yes, everywhere on social media, in every post you'll find an ad about be aware, don't fall a victim of fraud. They're doing a great job and even making short movies about it.
That's really amazing. And what are some habits that the daily customer can do in terms of banking to reduce the victim of being like a fraud or like a scam?
One thing is what you mentioned, turn on the notifications. You need to check your bank statement regularly. Don't use the autofill. Again, read the OTP message exactly. Who's the merchant? How much is the amount? Don't be over trusted with the people.
With the people.
Especially in money, especially in your bank account, right?
Very good tip. Something that caught my attention recently is the centralized virtual room. Could you tell us more about it and the role that it gives to the customers and the bank itself?
Yes. By the guidance of Central Bank of Kuwait in December 2023, they established the centralized virtual room. It's a collaboration between banks, Ministry of Interior, and the public prosecution.
Okay.
Its main goal is to receive the fraud reports from the banks, and they put it in this room so they can work all together. They try to minimize the damage that happens, but the main focus is on the bank's transfers through WAMD or by the links if you send it. They work all together. The bank does their investigations, the Minister of Interior do their investigations, public prosecution, they give the orders that you can go ahead and take them, whatever measurements you need to take. And they try to keep the money inside Kuwait before it goes outside.
And how usually like fast could that happen?
It happens immediately. Once the bank gets the report, they will send it to the virtual room, which is 24/7 available.
Okay.
All the time. So anytime, you don't wait for the next day. If you have a fraud transaction, I think you can immediately call the bank. They will take the actions immediately.
That's really awesome and very good knowledge really like to have, and some information people should have in order to prevent themselves from having like or being a victim for fraud. Thank you so much, Mr. Mustafa Murad, for being with us, enlightening us about the habits and the procedures that we should take in order to prevent ourselves from making our money being stolen and then being broke by the end of the week.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much for being with us.
You're most welcome.
And now, dear viewers, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to be back. Stay tuned.